Hey guys, Banana Luck here. Welcome back to another Water of Realms video. You can see that today we're actually on the Forerunner server because we had a huge patch that hit once more. So yeah, let's run through these updates and we'll talk through them and see, what are the ones that excite us and what are the ones that didn't. So the update is right after the patch that just landed, which got extended multiple times. So with this, we're getting the Soulstone upgrade, most importantly. So if you clear both of Gear Dungeon Stage 13s, then you're going to get that sorted out. And first one is Malric here. Description optimization. Added description can be granted to allied heroes with Sanctity. This is very specifically to Anora. We're not sure if any other units will ever get Sanctity, but sort of a Anora buff here. Will be interesting to see where we see it coming in handy, because there's not many units that can actually buff her at the moment. Now, next one is gonna be a whole bunch of adjustments for Cassiel, basically to buff him to be a stronger, ancient non-lord that we are hoping for him to be. First of all, the ultimate, is this the ultimate or passive? Looks like the passive. The addition here is that when no enemies are within the ultimate range, restores 20 extra rage per second. This does look familiar. I think they shifted it from another passive. And then Fortified Blessing, the big change here is that he does not share fatal damage anymore. So if like a Maul stabs the tank in front of him in GVG, for example, he will not die instantly, but I'm not sure if... Okay, he shares every other damage, but the fatal damage is just the one that he ignores. So I think that's fine. It should be this case, because otherwise you trigger unyielding on the tank and then your Cassiel just dies. Alright, A1. Okay, they shifted the A1 to the passive instead. So instead of getting that extra 20 extra rage per second, you get the 5% extra attack for 20 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. That's good. That's very good actually. So making him a lot more accessible even at A0 is going to work out really well there too. A4, instead of giving him penetration, giving him crit damage. That makes a lot of sense because his base kit alone already does so much defense ignore. If I'm not wrong, it's 100% defense ignore on the ultimate, so it makes sense here. Then A5, instead of giving shield based on HP, you give shield based on attack. That makes sense as well, but it is still a very lackluster awakening, so yeah. Other than that, we have some skill bug fixes. Talent promotion effects will unlock early. Stun effect of Divine Retribution occasionally failed to take effect. Okay, that's fine. Now, fix an issue when the shield duration of Frozen Crown was inaccurate at skill level 4 or higher. That's for Riven Hall, so I haven't seen any big issues when it comes to his shield except for causing Adair to die, so that's not a big thing. Alright, this is a huge buff. After the update, Tactician's heroes can adjust their deployment direction when casting skills at their current location. So this is going to be very helpful. I can see in like Malric's, for example. Sometimes you're just shifting Moradin to change directions. That's going to help a lot. And yeah, this just really nothing else I can talk about that. With Lyra as well, shifting her direction instead of just shifting her entirely. So that's nice. And then now we have this huge buff for the chaotic faction. So instead of just giving extra 60% damage, we get an extra 20% penetration. So for my A4 Valderon, that's gonna be just straight up 78% penetration when he has his ultimate on. So that's really good. It's gonna further cement chaotic factions viability in the arena, as well as I think in Conqueror's Codex we might see him performing even better, because 20% penetration is a lot. And don't forget, in Conqueror's Codex you use him alongside with Magda as well, so that could become 100% penetration with all that add up together, provided this two stack. We don't know if they stack together, that's the thing. So yeah, we have to find out. And then Vladov gets the same equivalent, but instead of 20%, he's gonna get 10% instead. That's fair. And then now we have an adjustment for Liupu. Instead of starting with 65% HP, he's gonna start at 35 and then get a shield equal to 50% of max HP to compensate for that. So we're receiving fatal damage, exits the state and gains a shield instead of restoring 50% HP. So all in all, it's just to keep him at 35% HP, which is something that we've always found really odd with Liupu. Why does he have all this HP regeneration as well as 65% threshold instead of having it at 30%? So that's interesting. And a new effect for his exclusive expands Chaos Strike range. Right now, the Chaos Strike already hits all the way to the end of the map, so I'm interested to see, does this change his viability for AoE Arena? Does it make it such that he's even stronger there? And also whether this enhanced effect along with the penetration is going to make him meta there. So let's see. Now, next one, Lyra adjustments. All I see here is more synergy with the Infernal faction. So instead of just dealing damage, she's gonna get a whole bunch of adjustments that include burning, and then we also get where do you see? This plus one debuff. When ultimate is triggered, so instead of the meteor hitting, when ultimate is triggered, increases attack and dispels debuff. Or the debuff is only when the Star Strike meteor hits. I'm not sure what the significance of this is, but it doesn't look like a big difference because my understanding is that she always got her ultimates. Am I wrong? Or rather, she always got meteor hits. Or is there RNG to that? Yeah, she always get the meteor hits. So I'm not too sure what the difference is, but to me it looks exactly the same, just a description adjustment if I had to guess. Or maybe I'm not reading this correctly and it is a huge buff, but yeah, I still see the same stuff here. Because the meteor hits with the ultimate. Yeah, so I don't really see the difference. Okay, anyways, Awaken 1 adjustment. Ultimates mimicked by each Cosmic Rift can inflict different types of burning. So instead of having just multiple stacks of burning, which works really well with Soul Cadets, and also potentially the new Infernal Lord that they teased during the 2026 roadmap review. Then the A3 damage dealt by Cosmic Rift Mimic increases to 100% of heroes' attack damage. Increases Starfall strikes damage increase to shielded targets. And inflict stun. Okay, it looks like this entire stack is the same. It's just that we get the extra shielded target increase. How is this helpful? I see it more for Abyss and also potentially setting up for the new Infernal Lord, but I can guess that with this alone, we might see Lyra being used in Abyss for Infernal faction teams, potentially with Lord Phyllis actually, so that's nice. And then A5, okay, this is the one people have been complaining a lot about. Why does she get reduced rage regen? So now that's reduced, and she gets more magic resistance ignore, and also 50% extra crit damage for 15 seconds. A very big buff, and then we have some fixes for faction gear, variant gear, and yeah, Earl's fix. So yeah, that's all the hero changes. The Lyra one is huge. I think this is to set up for the new Infernal Lord, if I had to guess. And Lyra on itself is quite a strong unit actually at High Awakenings, but with these changes, it's just gonna further cement that. And A3 just makes her viable for Abyss if I had to guess. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where she starts showing up in the new when the new Inferno Lot arrives. Alright, Guild War. Add a winning streak bonus mechanism. In Guild War, achieving a win streak will grant extra Guild War points. This takes effect from the next season. Okay. Nothing huge there because we already have an abundant amount of guild coins unless they add more things to buy there. Alright, this is a big one as well. Added a quick clear feature. After the update, quick clear will be available for all these modes. And you can obtain quick clear attempts via in-game features and events. And 10 free quick clear attempts are available daily. So my guess is that this is going to come in a lot in these shops. But yeah, it's just a nice quality of life improvement, especially if I'm curious if quick clear and auto fights have to be present together. Like, do you have to have 10 auto fights to be able to use 10 free quick clears? Or are they just completely separate? We'll know when this gets added. Alright, this is the one I mentioned at the start of the video. We get an extra legendary hero Soulstone not unpolished when clearing both stage 13s of the gear dungeon. Then we also have new Esotericist Trial, so new shards as well with that. And then improved Tide Onslaught reward. Now we get legendary Demon Soldier shards after wave 151. And let's see, optimize the reward claiming requirements for Honor's Gauntlet. That is huge as well. 20 to 15 matches because nobody plays this mode, so 15 matches is nice. And then now we can also quick clear Tower Deception boss and Hidden Chamber stages. That's good. I never saw the reason to actually do this. Then optimize the awakening feature. After meeting the requirements, 3-star and 4-star heroes can be awakened to max level in one step. And then optimize usage reminder. This is for people that accidentally use their soulstones. That's nice. And yeah, updated skills status icons for some heroes. Generation rules of secondary attributes of certain 2-piece gear set. Not sure what that is. Yeah, that's basically it. So not as big as the previous patches, but we're getting a ton of rework coming in here. And also the quick clear feature being added. That's important because lots of people have been complaining about having to keep their game on all the time. So this essentially removes that, and yeah, we also get Esotericist Trial, but that's basically it. So yeah, let me know what you're most excited about this update. I've also actually muted the in-game sound and started using some background music, so let me know how that goes. Should I keep it there or should I just remove music entirely? But yeah, that's it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on the patch notes here, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.